Hi guys, and welcome to another Mental Monday. So, excuse my voice, my first week as a camp director, and I got very sick. I have had a terrible cough. I ended up losing my voice, and I had to go to the doctor and get antibiotics and cough syrup. So I have been trying to recover in between camps because I'm actually counseling camp this week now. I wanted to talk about making the changes you know are necessary when something is wrong. Not sitting idle and just dealing with it or waiting for somebody else to deal with it, or just going along with whatever happens if you really just don't feel like it's right. So lately I have been feeling that way about quite a bit actually. I've been really discontent with stuff. I've been very apprehensive and and nervous about some stuff, and I am dying to make some much better changes. So I really think things are going to be happening soon. I don't know what, I don't know when, I know no details, but I know something's gotta give, right? Right? I feel like that saying is truth. Something's gotta give when things just build up and build up. I I really think that there's some changes I want to make and some things I want to do, and there's good in that. That can be leading you to where you should be, leading you to where you're supposed to be rather than staying idle where you are, which might not be your destination. It's just a pit stop. It's just a part of the story. You have another part of the story to get to now. So I've been feeling like that a lot lately. And usually when I start feeling that way, change happens. Whatever that change might be. Could go a million different ways, but I know some of the ways I process things when that happens, how I make decisions when stuff like that happens, when I'm feeling that way, is I think out the pros and cons. Weigh the risks versus benefits versus what I know is going to happen if I make certain decisions, and kind of make an action plan to deal with whatever might happen. Another way I go through it is I pray, and I try to bring God into all my decisions I'm making. So I try to make sure the way I'm feeling is in line with Him, that it's coming from Him, that He's honestly trying to get me to do something, and ask for His help figuring it out, ask for His guidance, ask that whatever decision I make be the decision He wants me to make and be leading me to where He wants me to be. Another thing I do is I talk to somebody. So I'm married, as you all know. I have my wonderful husband, Andrew. So I talk a lot through with him, especially if it's decisions that affect both of us. We both need to be in it, and I love having his perspective to counteract mine, and kind of we meet in the middle and figure things out, and it works really well. I tend to want to talk it through a lot, so he ends up having to be very patient with me with that, where he's like, yeah. But he's very good with it. So that's one thing I do. If you aren't married, obviously you don't have a spouse to talk to about it, but get whoever you're closest to, or just somebody that it's a subject you really trust their opinion on, and tell them what you're thinking, tell them what's going on, what you're wanting to do, and see what they think. I put a lot of weight behind getting perspective and getting other people's opinions, talking it through with somebody else. It can help you be pushed one way or the other and help you make a decision. It can give you stuff to think about that you yourself would not have thought about. And it can give you their different perspective, can give you a different opinion and why they think that way about it. And then you can kind of weigh it with yours. And I try to write as much down as I can because I have a horrible short-term memory. I have an amazing long-term memory, but I have a horrible short-term memory. So making lists, writing things down is necessary for me. I need that to be able to keep my thoughts organized and remember all of the little details that I need to / want to remember, so that when I'm actually looking at it later, I can have that to remind myself. Obviously, all of that leads into just overall, you're preparing for whatever changes you're gonna make, whatever choices you might have to make. So you're pre-thinking what's gonna happen. You're making littler decisions of how you might handle certain things that may or may not come up. And then you'll just be super prepared. And I don't always accomplish that. I do not always do all of that process perfectly, but it is very, very helpful when I can get as much of that process done beforehand as possible. So I try to. Not perfect at it, but I try to. And I just feel like right now I'm in a spot to embrace change. My mindset is very much figuring things out right now, and okay, what do we want to take? What do we want to leave? What do we want to change? What do we want to keep doing? For a lot of different areas of our life. So I just thought I would kind of talk about that. I don't actually have, I don't want to talk specifics yet because I don't actually know what's going to happen. And I feel like that's always my answer, but that's just the place we're in right now. Won't know till I know, and I don't know when I'm going to know. So we'll see what happens with that. But I wanted to kind of share the spot I'm in, the mindset I'm in right now, and kind of my process for feeling that way and handling making changes and making decisions and embracing the change. I am someone that I love change. I thrive on change. I love new things to figure out. I really don't like being idle for too long. I really don't like being too comfortable in how things are done. I like newness a lot. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. You got to kind of find the middle ground, and I'm definitely working on that as well. And I've definitely been getting better at just refiguring out the circumstance I'm in, which is also a place I'm at where I'm just rethinking everything and kind of evaluating. And even if it's not major changes, it's little improvements, little ways of progressing things or of rethinking how we're doing things to make it work better, whatever it might be. So that is the Mental Monday video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful in some way. Next week's will hopefully be a lot better because I'll be done with camp. These last 2 weeks have been insane, and I have a camp video coming up. I did film a little bit of preparing for my camp that I was directing. I filmed the camp I'm counseling this week last year, so I will link that video, if not here, on my camp video for directing this year that I'll put up. So I hope this helped you. Thank you for watching, and if